Hey guys, Ryan here. I figured I'd do a little review video on the Dyson DC07 all floors that I just bought from Marivac Vacuum Center. Let me see if I can clean this off better. So it's done this looks so smudgy. There. No, anyway. So I bought this at the Marivac store, vacuum cleaner store in Hanover, Pennsylvania. Uh, did a couple videos there before, and um, managed to buy this, and I've been eyeing this for quite a while now, for a little while. Saw it in Amerivac, and thought, oh, this looks cool. I've been honestly, I've wanted one for quite a while. I kind of thought that this would be, really cool vacuum to own. Having a collection one day, might try to start up a collection of my own. Well, I guess I have a little bit of a collection. I do have this Dyson. I have a Hoover in the back, and I have a couple hand vacs. The two Hoover brush vacs, and a little Bissell hand shampooer called Spot Lifter. But I've been wanting one of these days, this Dyson for kind of a while. I kind of thought it'd be cool to have, and it's a lot like the DC33 I had, and I don't have the DC33 anymore. I think it's because I'm guessing it's still at my aunt's house. I was living with two of my aunts, in West Virginia, and so I'm not sure if they gave it away to a friend of theirs, or if they kept it to use. Though it probably would make more sense for them to keep it and use it, because it probably works very well and everything. Yeah. So, and I might buy another one. I might buy another DC33. It'll probably be blue. Well, it might be a blue one. And it's actually kind of cool. I have a blue DC33 at Walmart. Anyway, back to the review. I've used this, tried this out at the store. Of course, I think you might have seen, and I'm uploading the video right now, and at first it, didn't pick up a bunch of serial bits like it would on the first pass, but I think I adjusted it, or I think when I checked the brush to make sure it was fully adjusted, because sometimes I've seen in some videos, sometimes you gotta, check and make sure that lip, that adjusting head part is fully sealed to the carpet, and afterwards it picked up pretty well, and I used it at home, managed to get home, and I used it at home because I had a couch, the living room couch needed vacuumed, and so I kind of used that to vacuum it, and I vacuumed the floors with it, and I vacuumed my nephew's room. Sorry about that. I was scooching back in my bed so I'm a little bit more comfortable. That's why the camera shook. And that's it works really well. Like, it works great. This is the first Dyson DC07 I bought. This is actually the first Dyson I bought used. Like I said, it's very similar to my old DC33 in a lot of ways. Like, the head's very much similar. The cleaner head design I'm pretty familiar with. This is it's a little bit rougher than my old DC33. Not in saying rougher shape. I mean, it definitely looks like it's been used. There's scratches and scuffs and everything, but it's not but it's not really in terrible condition. I mean, the guy, my friend who bought it from Mark Redding, he fixed it up and everything, and has all of its attachments. The handles, it does feel very sturdy. Push in and glide it, it feels sturdy, I'm not sure what the serial number is. I have to look at it, to see what the serial number is. But like I said, in a way, it's a little bit like the DC33. Mainly that the head is similar, and that's probably why I want to get a DC33. I mean, because I had one before, and like I said, it had worked great. It was an amazing vacuum cleaner, that I've used, and I had used one for almost 4 years, and I said it was the best vacuum cleaner that I ever bought, and it still is. And I plan on buying another one. I definitely want to buy another one, another DC33. I think it'd be great, Yeah, because at least then if I get an apartment, maybe have two Dysons. They'll be similar to each other, but a little bit similar, but also a little bit different. As you can see here, the cord, let me like that. Has all of its attachments. Crevice tool's there, dusting brush, upholstery tool. The cord is, I think it's a different cord. It looks like it's a different cord. It's probably a replacement cord, because I think maybe the original cord might have been damaged. I'm not sure. So he managed to put a new cord on it. So, and the cord works fine, So it works really good. And as I may have shown in the other video, the hose, the wand does work in two different ways. You can use it in either the standard hose mode, where the standard wand, setup where you press on that latch, that catch right there, the little yellow catch right above the power button. You really, of course, have to open that up, little cover up. You pull it out and you extend it until it clicks into place, and then you can put any of your attachments on, your dusting brush, upholstery tool, crevice tool, whatever. You can put your attachments on there like that, or you could flip it around and take the handle end and connect the hose, the end of your hose, and click it onto the handle end of the machine, of the vacuum of its hose, whatever, and you can use the wand that way. So there's two different ways you can use the wand, so it's kind of like a nice little feature. I think that's what some people got confused about. I mean, maybe when they got the DC07, they thought that they had to pull out the wand, take out the hose, pull out the wand, flip over the wand, and connect it to the hand, connect the wand to the machine. You don't always have to do that. In fact, you can just take the wand, extend it till it clicks, and then you can use it, that way if you want to. I noticed it is a little bit louder than my old DC33. That's because the Cyclone pack is designed a little bit differently. You can see that the Cyclones are kind of pointing upwards instead of downwards. So, like most machines, it's pointing downwards. The old machines are pointing downwards. But I noticed when I use this, I've checked the filters, the pre-motor filter, and the pre-motor filter is still very clean. So that must mean it's working. I mean, it would have to work, because obviously if it didn't work, they obviously wouldn't have released this design. They probably would have fixed it up. But I did go and I vacuumed the couch with this Dyson, the underside, everything. I vacuumed the floors. I also took the Dyson, and back there, that Hoover Aerodyne. Let me see if I can zoom it in for you. That Hoover Aerodyne back there. I went and I took the bag out. It has what they call a dirt ejector. So I took the screws out. I took off that little latch, unlatched the. Let me point it right there. That little cover. So I took that cover off. And what I did was first took the vacuum and I vacuumed out all the dirt inside the bag. I didn't have a piece of paper to empty it on, so I took this and sucked that out. So I dumped this again. Had to unlatch the Cyclone pack from the from the dirt bin, so I could really empty it, because some of the hair got stuck and dirt and crap got stuck, and no biggie. And then after that, I took it out. Tried to vacuum out the bag, inside the bag, best I could. I took a screwdriver. I took the screws out. There's little screws, plus a little wing nut that holds the bag set up into place. And then I took the bag cover off the machine. And there's a pre-motor filter. I guess you call it pre-motor filter. There's a filter behind that bag setup to where the motor is. And so, actually, let me see if I can. Oops. Okay. Let me see if I can put this weight better. Okay. Here's the Aerodyne. What I did was I took this cover off. And this is the bag setup I'm talking about. Right here. Okay. Let me see if I can get better lighting. There's a little wing nut. You see that little wing nut in there? Right there? I unscrewed, took that out. And I took these 4 screws out of it. I pulled this entire setup off of the vacuum. In which behind it is this whole bag is a filter. Now Hoover didn't, and of course maybe I'm not sure if I mentioned it in the video when I showed this off when I was living in the apartment. They have a filter behind this, and they didn't tell anybody. The Hoover did not tell the customers there's a filter behind here that can get dirty and that needs to be cleaned. So they didn't tell the Hoover, people who owned this or bought this that there was such a filter. They could have done that, so they could have made money, having their Hoover repairmen or people, go and fix it, or clean out the filter, when it's needed. So if your vacuum loses suction, call us and we can send this out. We can fix it, clean out the filter and fix it up for you. Well, they didn't do that. So apparently these Aerodynes kind of suffered in sales, longevity, whatever. And so these things are kind of rare. Not as rare, this, almost like DC07. I guess that's not as rare. This is rare. That's not. Anyway, so I took that out. I cleaned that out. And I took this and I took the hose, just the hose, and I cleaned out this bag. So this bag is very clean. And I try to make it as clean as possible because even with that whole dirt ejector setup, it doesn't get the bag completely clean. So what I had to do is take the Dyson, I took out this bag and or when I put this back in, like so, I took the bag and I really vacuumed it out, to get it really clean. And then what I did was took this and put it back together. Excuse me a second. And like I said, I still plan on using this. I will still use this. I just won't have to use it as much since I got the Dyson. In fact, that's a good thing because the Model 51 is extremely rare, and I don't want to wear it out. This I can get a new motor for. Just like if the motor wears out in this, I can go and get a new motor for it. I can go to Color Wheel, say, hey, the motor failed in this. I'd like to get this, I'd like to see if I can get the motor replaced in this, blah, blah, blah. Might cost a couple, maybe 100, almost 200, 150. I'm not sure how much a motor would cost, a motor change would cost, but I would go and do it anyway, because, screw it. I like it. There's a little phone telling me the battery's getting low. Here's the bin. It's a little bit fogged up due to use, but that's okay. Still clear enough to see the dirt, see the cyclone pack. There's the HEP filter. Oh. HEP filter is right here, which you would take I think a screwdriver or a penny, pry that little cover, and pull it out, just in case the HEP filter needs to be checked. I don't think it should. I think it'll work good. I like how the bin, connects very easily. No muss, no fuss. Here's the pre-motor filter. And just like, here's the filter. It's just a little bit dirty. Like, I see a little bit of dust. Like I said, very little bit. You may not see it very well. It's just a very, very tiny bit of dust. Not enough. And that's actually from vacuuming the couch, the bare floors, and vacuuming that out. And this is the filter right now. So that's actually pretty good. Let me put my phone down quick. Don't worry, I'm not pausing it because I'm just putting the filter back on. Okay. There we go. So it works really well, and the plus the nice thing and the really cool thing I like about it, and is I love seeing the dirt spin. I love seeing the dirt spin inside it. I think it's cool. I mean, my DC33 never did that because it had little vents or little fins, I guess you want to call it, that kept dirt from spinning. Um, but this one it spins, so that's actually pretty cool. Oh, and I forgot to vacuum my nephew's room as well. And so that picked up some hair and dirt as well. And the velvet still remained clean, so that's pretty good too. Um, yeah, but anyway, the dirt spins in this. My DC33 dirt didn't, because of little fins catching the dirt. So it didn't spin. But it was still cyclonic. Still worked perfectly. It's the dirt didn't spin. Though I think if one advantage I got out of that, um, it would be that I was able to kill stink bugs with it. With my DC33, I just suck them up, and I hear them hit the little fins, and they're like dead. So it was a stink bug killer too. I'm not sure if this one could. Well, probably just spin them around like crazy, But anyway, but that's one of the neat little things I like about it. And it's actually kind of funny. I'm not sure if you can see that. It says the first. Okay, I can't focus it. So it claims it's the first vacuum cleaner that doesn't lose suction. No, it's not the first vacuum that doesn't lose suction. That would be Rainbow. That either that or well, it might have been okay. It is Rainbow, but there was something before it, or before it was called Rainbow. It was made by Rexair. They call it the Rexair cleaner, and there's some kind of history behind it. Maybe I have time. Okay, let me give you a brief history on that. Basically, a company called Rexair, a guy named John W. Newcomb, designed a machine to clean the air. He called it the Newcomb separator. It had a little separator thing like you see in a rainbow, and that separated dust and crap. And it was determined that that the Newcomb separator was only fighting part of indoor pollution, so they needed something to get like the surface stuff, like dirt on the surface that contributed to pollution. And I forget who they teamed up with. It's on Wikipedia. They designed a machine called the Newcomb Bagless, which is a predecessor to Rainbow, and then the company Rexair was founded, and then they made a machine called the Rexair Cleaner, and then which later on became the Rainbow when they added water filtration to it. So the Rainbow technically was the first. Technically, can lay claim to be the first vacuum cleaner that doesn't lose suction. Dyson would be. Let's see here. Second, third, fourth, fifth. About maybe fifth or sixth vacuum do not lose suction. Because it would be Rainbow, then the Cleanies Rotork Cyclone, which was made by Dyson, sold in the UK. Then it was G-Force vacuum in Japan. Then it was the Amway ClearTrack, and then the Phantom. And then Dyson DC01 came out, and so far. But yeah, that's a little history there. I'm hope it didn't bore you there, but that's it's kind of interesting to have a little claim on around the lip of the bin. But anyway, or near the top. Anyway, it is an awesome machine. I love it. I'm very happy with it. Works great. If you have one, drop a comment. Maybe if you have one, you enjoy it. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. What do you think of it? Just drop a comment. Or if you have a Dyson overall, any Dyson, just drop a comment. What give me your testimonial about it. That'd be pretty cool. So anyway, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll do more videos in the future. This is Ryan signing off.